Now, as of now, we have discussed only on standard parts, okay, in the MSN. Now, and whatever the request we have submitted, new user account or any of the requests, everything will go to default path only. That is by default. Now we have a different requirement. Like my request, create request needs to be go to some specific path. Change request needs to go to specific path. And similarly, lock, unlock, or delete, that request needs to go to only one stage approval, and EAM needs to go to firefighter approval because my inputs are many and my outputs are many. So this type of scenarios, many to many scenarios, will not work in standard MSN. To achieve those requirements, definitely we need to create, we need to develop application with help of Brfplus, Business Rule Framework. This is kind of a customization. In standard, it will not work, but with help of customization Brfplus, we can work. And the term refers to Brfplus is business rule framework. This concept will also used for ABAP team, workflow and Brfplus, and even MDG. The different module people they will use the Brfplus concept in case of any workflows that needs to be triggered. The same concept we will use in GRC, but our scope of work is very limit in this module. So we will do a basic level BRF plus configuration. Even though there are the different methods, but we will use our a very basic level BRF plus application. So to start with a BRF plus, we have a two like a similar what we have done in MSMP. Similarly, we have a transaction code grfnmw underscore dev underscore rules. So this is the transaction code where we can go directly to the screen, generate MSMP rule process. If not, we want to go to navigation. Just 1 minute. So we want to go to navigation, Pro, SAP IMG reference, expand GRC, expand access control, expand workflow for access control. So here define workflow related MSMP rules. Both has the same direction. It will open the same screen. One is a transaction code grfnmw dev underscore dev underscore rules. And another one is a navigation. Okay, so that is the same thing I have mentioned here. So workflow for access control, define MSMP rules. So in this here, as of now, we are using the default initiator, right? The rule ID is GRAC AR initiator. This is the standard default initiator rule which we are using currently. Now, here, what we will do, we will create our own customized initiator rule specific to process. So the first section here is rule information. We will give the standard, we will give standard details and we will create our own custom application with help of the standard values. The first section rule information. First we will give process ID, JREC access request. Second, what a rule kind we are going to create. We can create initiator rule, custom initiator rule. We can also create custom routing rule and we can also create custom agent rule and notification variable rule. But out of four in industry, mostly we will use initiator and custom agent. Only these two. 99%. Only 1% routing rule, but I have not seen even notification custom variable rule. We will use the standard only. So right now our requirement is we will create custom initiator rule. So I have selected the standard initiator rule name, the rule kind. Here, here we can give our own name. Check underscore initiator. If you want, you can keep the same name. So here we will select the drop down. The same results we were discussed in the stage 2. The rule types are, there are 4 types. The first 3 is completely belongs to ABAP team. The Brfplus and function module and ABAP class based rule. All 3, basically these 3 will be used with the help of developer or workflow developer. Workflow, there is a ABAP workflow concept. So either a developer, general developer or workflow developer. They will use these 3. But for our GRC, the basic configuration, we will always take Brfplus flat rule line by line item. This is a standard, like standard means for our GRC perspective, this is the baseline we will take always. Okay. To create custom initiator, we have a 2-3 methods are there. First, we will discuss method process 1, process 2, process 3 like this. There is a very slight changes while creating the initiator. So this is, you can assume this is method 1. Okay. So I have provided the complete information, rule information. I have selected the process ID, the rule kind, initiator, rule ID, application rule name, custom initiator rule name. I have my and I have selected Brfplus line by line item in the rule information. So the second one, generate rule information. Here, by default, these two will be selected. Like whatever the details we can provide, it will generate the rule, the complete initiator rule. Logic will adapted to this custom initiator rule. Here, the option generate decision table. Okay, this is where the complete logic we can insert. We can insert the logic by selecting these 2 checkboxes here, or we can go to decision table. And Brfplus transaction code. Once we will create the application, there we can give the decision table details like header and line item. The header and line item is nothing but it's a kind of a input values. Whatever the input values, like request type, create account, change account, or firefighter access, any of the input value. Based on the input value, we will maintain the trigger value. It's like a, this is my input, this is my output. Like this, we can generate one table that you will going to see in a minute. To maintain these values, you can select header and item. If you are not maintaining these values, no issue. We can define in Brfplus transaction code. But for method 1, we will select the values. As soon as we select the checkbox, there are some values which will be populated here. What these field names refers to, suppose if you want to trigger a workflow condition, since it is customizing, you want to trigger some condition. We were always discussed with the definition of initiator is to trigger the condition, right? What are your trigger conditions? The request type by default, any of the request. So since my scenario is, I'm considering my scenario is based on company code, we will select the roles. Sorry, we will select the path. So I will select request type and company. Suppose 001 create account, company is 1000 company code. Then it will goes to Z1000 company path. I'm stopping here. Any questions?
So Girish, so the header data is so we use these only these fields for the header data, right?
Yes.
Header. Okay. So it's clear for the request type. So how that how that company code works here, because request type is different concept and the company code is different concept, right? Company code is kind of objective, like I can say that here the trigger should be based on the request type only, right? So
One thing.
combination, yeah, how it works. I mean,
Okay.
like how.
Okay. Here, okay, the method 1, right? This method will calculate header value. Okay.
Mhm.
How it will work? Here, it will consider in the request. Okay. Request type is new account. Okay. In the access request, in the user details, there is a company, right? If these two fields are maintained in your request, okay, then we will define a particular path for this request. So since I am selecting request type company, these two values, so automatically what the backend custom initiator rule will do, it will check in the access request the request type and the company. If the two values are maintained, then it will trigger the value. The value is nothing but, first I will select these two, the value which is rule result value, but you won't see this, but I will show in, I'm maintaining the same details. Okay, now just a minute. So request type, we have selected request type company code. These two are the inputs, and we have selected item none. So Finally, rule result value. Okay. The request to type is 001, company code 1000. Item num is anything. Basically, this is a mapping between these two are input values. This is the medium. This is the output. Here in this particular line item, do you have any issues? Are you getting me, or do you need anything?
So when you say issues, what does it mean, Grish? I did
Like,
not get that.
did you understand what the logic which I have written? The request type I have selected, company code I have selected. These two are headers, and this is item I have selected. Okay, this is my initiator rule. I have adopted this same logic in this. The item and rule result value both are same, but you cannot see in method 1. You will be able to see in the BRF plus code. I will show in a we will show in a minute.
Girish, in Excel sheet, that item number, I mean, what exactly that term? I mean,
That is a
for what
mapping value.
purpose of?
See, whatever the input values, this is a
Mhm.
mapping medium, so it will pick the rule result value. It will
Grish,
nothing.
I have a question.
Yes,
Grish,
please.
I have a question. Can you go back to uh, that screenshot where you're creating the go back to that screenshot?
Yeah, this one.
Yeah. So do you really have to give these values? You can do it without these, right?
No, 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 no.
Don't have to.
No, no, no. Don't confuse Manipur. This is method 1. You can do this as well.
Okay, 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 okay.
Okay.
ठीक है. Okay.
They want to experience, right? What the values. I cannot go the complete navigation. It may take.
I got it. No problem.
Yeah.
No problem.
Wait for a minute. Okay. Okay. First, this one. Yeah. Somebody has question. In the test rule, validate rule is this is by default, but rest of the other three are belongs to similar way the function module. Like whether we can give the function module the internal logic, we need to test it, debug the complete data, then it is belongs to the complete logic for the ABAPers, not for GRC stuff. So once we have selected all the values, okay, just click on execute. So it will generate the custom rule, custom application. Okay, for initiator rule, Z initiator it is created, and everything it will be alphanumeric number. So going forward, our initiator rule like this, not ZGR initiator. How we will see. So going forward, our initiator rule will be replaced with standard, and we will adopt the logic. Okay. So there are so many doubts in your mind. I will clarify in 5 minutes. So the next transaction code is a BRF plus or BRF PLUS. Either way will work. So that will open the BRF plus screen. BRF plus workbench screen. Okay. So just now we have created one initiator Z underscore initiator. As soon as you have created one initiator rule. Once that is a success in Spro without any issues, automatically that application will be exist here. So you just click on okay. This is initiator rule. This is application. Your application is Z underscore initiator. In the application, you have a data object expression function. Okay. In the expression, there is a decision table Z initiator. Okay. Application expression. I have expanded expression decision table. This decision table where we can set this logic, the complete business logic, we can set here in the decision table. Okay. Any questions as of now?
Girish, it says my applications. Is that mean like when you log in, those are your applications? When I log in,
No, you can search. You can just click on search. See, that is my favorites actually, which I have created. You can search with the name. Application you can search with. Generally, people will maintain jet underscore in. So, or star in star or jet star. So that depends. Mostly initiator rule z underscore initiate. Oh, sorry, I forgot to mention. I need to check, but in the earlier version, z colon will not work. I forgot to mention that. Z underscore or z, you can give any name, but z colon will not work, I guess. I need to check, but we'll check in the next application. In earlier version, 10 version, this z colon will not work for any application name. So you should always z hyphen or z underscore. You need to maintain. Okay. So this is a decision table where we can set the logic. Okay. So here you see the trigger value. So I am in the decision table. Just click on edit. Here table settings. So decision table, edit, click on table settings. Here actually see
Krish,
what
where was the added button? I didn't see the added button. Where was the added button? Can you show again?
edit.
Added कहाँ पे था? Where was it? Oh, okay, got it. Okay.
So you are in the decision table. Click on edit. Table settings. Okay.
decision table. I'm sorry, Girish. Can you go back one more time? I'm sorry, I missed it.
No. How did you get here?
Initiator.
This is already selected.
One minute. I just came here. I have selected the initiator. I have expanded application. In the application, there is an expression. On the expression, I just click on the decision table. On the decision table, I came here. I just click on edit because I need to give the values. Okay. So once we need to give the values, I just click on table settings. Okay. Now we have selected earlier the item num. Since we have a line item key, the first top column, like a condition columns, these are input values. Okay. The rule result columns comes under below. This is output values. With item num and line item key both has the same functionality. If we are going to use the first method, you need to remove item num. Since line item key and rule result both values are inbuilt, this you will observe in the second method. I will come to this particular screen. I won't give header values and value. I will give empty. Then once I reach Brfplus application, I will select the input columns and output columns. There you can find the difference. Okay. This is only one point you have to remember. But this is very easy method when compared to method 2 and method 3 also. So both we'll discuss all the three methods for one application. For going forward, we'll do either like method 1 we can follow, then probably method 2 will create for some different application for practice. So, but we will discuss all the three methods. Okay.
So Girish, when you click on the request type, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah.
The condition column that is coming from the header that you selected it during generation of rule.
Yes.
Initial rule, right? Initiator rule. So these two conditions automatically come, and the result column also
display when you have selected the first header and item. That will by default it will automatically select. How it will select, how to manually select, that we'll discuss in the second method.
Okay, and line item key, and in condition column you remove one row column, I guess.
These two won't change. Okay.
Okay.
I don't want to confuse actually. If you want, we can delete and we can select it. That is not a big deal. But okay, just one. How it got selected means this is result routing rule is always two line items. Okay. If you have selected the header line items, automatically this rule result value by default it will select in the first method. This values we can select manually in method 2, but this method it will automatically by default it will select. So any questions on this?
So Girish, you selected the request type, then only the result column will pop up, or it's not like that.
No.
So the radio button is right now on request type, right? The radio button, left side.
No, that is.
So if you select,
that's it.
Oh, it's not opening this one, right? Oh,
it's not
nice. Yep. So if you select the company, what's going to happen?
Nothing. Either two values, okay. So now
move down.
I have selected the order, sequence order. Request type should be in the first, company code should be in the next. Okay. So I have selected this, move up. I can do that. Okay. But these two won't change. Line item key and rule result value. These two will be the same. Here you can add as much as values, but there is a problem. Why? Because it will check the request type, company code, suppose a business process. Okay. As soon as you are increasing the values here, automatically what will happen? The number of compositions will increase. Suppose you have a 15 business process. So only the two line items without business process, 1000 and 2000. If it is you are including business process condition, again 15 line items for 1000 company code, another 15 line items for 2000 line item. So the number of line items will going to increase 30. Why? Because so basis even the same path, but you need to define P2P. So similarly, you need to define all the business process line items. So that is going to increase the complete table. Even the same path, since it is a custom initiatable, you must maintain the input values in the table. Here, without business process, only two line items. It will check next request type. If suppose request type 2 also added, then another 30, total 60 line items. As soon as you are increasing the input values, the maintenance of decision table, maintenance of conditions will gonna affect. Means you need to check each and every pin to pin values, whether the appropriate rule result values are maintained. I'm stopping here. Any questions?
So Girish, so the logic we use for BRF plus only for some triggering something, or it's
Yes.
for anything you use that?
Trigger.
Only the trigger, right? Okay.
Yes. Only trigger.
The trigger is coming from the decision table, high level.
Yes.
Right, Girish?
Yes.
I see. Okay.
The complete logic you need to maintain trigger. And
so the goal is to create a GRC
value,
request.
Right? The rule result value will map to path.
Mm-hmm. Right. So here, right. So the goal is to create a GRC request automatically based on the decision table. Correct?
Yes, complete.
Okay.
Core logic is decision table. But what are the input values? What are the output values? We have to design based on the customer requirement. Only it will change. And you can blindly, there is a thumb rule. You can blindly remember either it is an item num or line item key. Line item key before values that are the inputs. Whatever you must have only one value after line item key, that is rule result value. That is also thumb rule. That is a rule result value they have maintained. That is output value. So the line item key is just a mapping. Whatever the input values, line item key will map to the particular rule result value internally. It's a free test. We'll see that. So any questions? And in the table settings, if you want, you can make mandatory. So that value even you have to maintain in the table, but generally we won't maintain. Why? Because we'll discuss why we know we don't maintain mandatory input. Okay, this is my input, this is my output. So we are good with it, right? Click on OK. Now the table header is ready, right? 1 minute, just 2 minutes. Okay. So can I select, you are okay with, I will select any of the company instead of 1000 and 2000, or do you want me to create? I will create
Girish, is it a company or company code?
company. In GRC, whatever the company codes, we will take list, we will define the company as a company. That's it.
It's a company, not the company code.
No, whatever the company codes list in functional, we will take the list and we will maintain in the GRC system as company. Okay. Since we are going with the scenario, we will go with the same scenario. We don't want to change. Okay. Now, so we want to insert values, just click plus symbol. Now, click. Always we need to fill the table with direct value input. Since request types already existing in the system, so we will select 001, create account. Now company 1000, line item key, you can maintain anything, jet 1000. This is a free test, you can give any value, there is no issue. Now trigger value, this is a bit tricky. It's a case sensitive. Whatever the values you have maintained in the decision table, make sure that you have to be maintain same value in our MSMP, same values. So this is bit tricky. Like you have to always copy the complete value without spaces, and you have to maintain those values. So I'm selecting here. This is for 1000. Now I want to insert another row. This is also 001, but now the company code 2000. Now direct value input, z underscore in underscore 2000. I'll go with the same sequence, otherwise. So select the value. I'll maintain here. Okay. Now this decision table, for one value we have maintained. Okay. 1000 company code. 1000 company code. Okay. There is a slight change. Request type, company code, item, role result value. The same value we have maintained in the decision table. Okay. Now we need to activate. So check, save, activate. So this is activated. Check, save, activate. 3. This is.
So Girish, you have to select to both, right? You select only 001. You need to select both or only one here.
Meaning?
In the request type, the checkbox is only for one. So when you do the activate, it will activate only one, right? Not this other line item.
No, that is completely decision table, not the value particular line item.
Oh, at table level. Okay, got
table
it.
level. Okay. Now This is expression. I'm in expression decision table activated. So just click on the function. Okay. So in the function, see, if it is active means green color. If it is not active means, so whenever there is a change in the decision table, make sure that you make a habit. First decision table should be activated, then function should be activated. Edit, check, save, activate. Yes. Okay. Check, save, activate. So now the function is activated. Similarly, application also, even though that is always, sometimes it is active, but sometimes it may go inactive. Make sure that you make a habit. Check, save, activate. Okay. Once the application, function, and decision table, all the three values are activated. So you just click on the function. You can click on expand. I'm in the function. If you are not able to see the complete details, you just click on expand. So you will get the complete details. So in the function, whatever the application, either a agent rule or initiator rule, always you can take the function ID. Okay, you have to take the function ID. This function ID only we will maintain in MSMP initiator rule.
This question. So the same ID when you created the BR administrator rule, right? Correct?
Sorry.
When you created the BR initiator rule, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
You could copy from there or you can copy from here, right?
No, that is application. Whatever their value is application.
No, hold on. When you created your BR initiator rule,
There is a slight difference.
you also had a.
That is there
Oh,
is a
okay,
slight
okay,
difference.
no.
Okay.
Oh, okay, okay.
Okay. One beauty of the thing is MSMP will take only function value. It will verify. It won't take the application value. But there is a slight difference.
Girish, I got it. I got it.
Yeah. You can always take the function value. You can copy this, and this is our initiator rule. Okay. So I have copied. Till now, any questions? The tabs that we'll discuss in second method, but any questions here?
So Girish, when you set up the BRF plus, right, G initiator, so it will populate two things, right? Data object and expression, only two, right? Data object, expression, and function.
Yes.
Is it right?
Any application, BRF plus application, it consists of data object, expression, and function.
Okay, so these are the three things we use it for any BRF logic.
Yes.
Right.
Yes, but we will update the only decision table logic. We will just keep inside the logic.
Yeah. Okay. So decision table, what you do, you input the values.
Yes, we can feed the values.
Feed the values, yeah, based on the role what is selected in the BR in the initiator at MSN workflow in the beginning, right? So we selected request type and company. Two things we selected for the triggering it.
Yes.
Okay. Interesting. Okay.
Okay. Now we will be in MSMP, right? Okay. Change. So change. So since initiator is a custom rule, but basically all the rules needs to be maintained in stage 2. Custom or initiator, any rule, any custom details will be maintained in the stage 2. I'm just click add my rule ID. So this is my function value of get initiator. I have selected this, my rule ID. Rule description get underscore get initiator. So this is flat by flat rule, initiator rule. Okay, my initiator rule. Save. So it's added initiator rule. Okay. Once you have added the initiator rule, just go and save. Okay. Why? Because you need to map
Girish,
the
Girish,
initiator rule.
question for you. So the moment you saved it, you have to go back to generate version and save it there.
No, I have not generated. I have just saved because I need
No,
to
no,
map.
but saved where? Saved where? That was not. I'm not too sure. Where did you save it?
Save.
Okay, okay.
I'm
Okay.
not making transport. I just saved the application. Okay. Now I want to change my standard initiator to custom initiator. I will select here now. Save. Okay. My initiator rule is changed now. Okay. I have added and saved. Okay. Everyone okay?
If you go to the process global setting, you have selected. If you go to the first step
No, I
one,
have not selected here. I have just added in the rule. I have selected process initiator. What is my process initiator? I
oh,
have selected here. I have changed.
okay. So basically, you added a rule here, right?
Yes.
The
All the
one what
rules
we
need to
created
be
in BRF
added.
plus.
Custom, all
Mm-mm.
the custom rules need to be added in stage 2, except one
In
we need to
stage
add
two.
additional. If it is agent, then we need to add agent even stage 2 and stage 3. So that we will discuss when custom agent is required. Okay. But
Yeah. So
I have
yeah,
whatever
but
the
the thing is
rule I
right.
have added,
Yeah,
I have
sorry.
selected the rule. Sorry.
So the question was like again, if you click on the global setting, right?
Mhm.
So uh, so the step two, what you did, the maintain rule, that is specific to the process ID SAP GRC access request, correct?
Yes, yes, that is the process ID I
Okay.
have selected, right? First,
Yeah. So whatever you do in all 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, that falls only under line the first line, right?
yes, first line only.
Okay. I just want to make sure. Okay.
Yep. Now here we have a maintained one value, right? Rule result value. The purpose of rule result value is we can select the initiator rule. Whatever the initiator rule, we can select the initiator rule. Under initiator rule, there is a rule results. here you have to add the values. So this is a free test. Okay, Jet description is a free test, but make sure that this rule result value should be same in the decision table. It's a case sensitive. If you changed any one value, it won't trigger. So MSLP, a second, Jet 2000. Okay, save. Because why I'm saving, I'm not generating, because we are still in the configuration. So I have added initiator, I have added rule result values. I have changed the initiator and I have added the rule result values. Now our scenario, actual scenario started, MSMP configuration. As of now, we have completed the Brfplus application. Now the same process for MSMP. If it is a company 1000, it should be 3 stages: manager, role owner, security, and ZSOD at role owner. If it is 2000, I just maintain 2 stages because I want to segregate same stages, because this is kind of a use case which whether we are working on same path or not, we need to check, right? So that is the reason I have maintained 2 stages only. And the second stage, ZSOD routing rule, SOD custom agent based on the company, and different requests that we need to maintain. First, we'll create the 1000 companies, 3 stages. Okay. So Z underscore. So I'm creating my path as Z underscore 1000 underscore path, Z 2000 underscore path. So this is what I'm creating now. Z underscore. So Z underscore 2000 underscore Z. Okay. Now our requirement is Z 1000 path has 3 stages. Okay. Same story. So I want to make a difference. So any sequence number from 0012 999. So first stage should be manager. Manager stage. So since manager assignment, okay. All respect of risk. That's it. Manager stage. Notification I'm not maintaining because we need to create so much of thing. So second stage, roll owner. So standard roll owner and I simply return value. Yes, roll owner. Now third stage, I think security. Security. So security. Approve respect of risk. So this is only two stages. Because it's already saved in the data. That is the reason. And standard agents because of that it is getting populated. So 5 times roll on. And this will be routing group. Okay. We'll just check the settings. Approve respect of risk mandatory. So 1000 company code, 3 stages completed. 2000 company code, 2 stages completed. Now SOD path. SOD path. Okay, we have SOD path. SOD. Okay, for time being, I'm not going with this because just now only we created, right? Initiator rule. Similarly, we need to create an agent. Probably we'll see the custom agent rule tomorrow, but I'll go with a standard any agent. So okay, I'm going with same ZSOD UC zeros, but I'll remove the security stage. Why? Because we need to execute the same steps if we are going to create a custom agent. But tomorrow we'll replace whatever the PFCG rules. We'll create the custom initiator, custom agent rule based on the company code, and we will replace with the this scenario. We will try to adopt the same scenario. 1000, 2000 SOD path. Now here add. Now our initiator rule has changed. Z initiator. Rule result. Whatever we have added, right? Why we have saved before. Whatever the steps we have completed, immediately we have saved but not activated. Why we have saved? Because we need that values in the configuration. That is the reason I have saved earlier. So if it is custom initiator rule, custom rule result 1000, then it should be custom path 1000. Save. Again, custom initiator rule, the rule result is 2000, path is 2000. Save. So the standard path 3 stages, the standard path 2 stages we were configured with the custom agent. Okay. Any questions here? Hello. Hello.
Yeah, Girish. Yeah, we can hear you.
Any questions?
So Girish was so first we created the rules and then we created the paths, right? That's what we did, and then we get so each path we use the same in the route we use that the initiator ID that we got it from the initial configuration.
Yes. We got the first we have completed the Brfplus, the initiate custom initiator rule. Then we have maintained the trigger values. Then whatever the trigger values, we have identified what path it is required. Basically, for each company, how many stages for that. So we have developed. Then we are doing mapping. Once we have completed everything configuration, then this is my initiator rule, this is my rule result value, and this is my path. As soon as this result value trigger, how it trigger means in the access request, if someone has new account type, 1000 company code. Let me refresh because it was not refreshed. My input would be request type 001 and 1000. If the two values are satisfied, then it will trigger to the rule result value Z in IN 1000. Automatically, this rule result value will pick the custom initiator and the custom path. It will identify the 1000 path, then it will execute the manager, role owner, then security if there is no SOD violation. Otherwise, it will goes to SOD in case of SOD violation. If my request, I have maintained company code 2000, then it will based on the trigger manager, then role owner, it will complete the request. If still SOD, then it will goes to SOD path. For the SOD, we need to map it. For that, what we have to do? Add 1 minute, 1000 path, 420, sorry, 410. This is 510. So add SOD violation, standard SOD violation path. Okay, from path Z1000. So what is the stage 410? Two path ZSOD path. See, add SOD violation. Rule result value is the standard from path 2000 510 stage sequence. Sorry, ZSOD path. So my initiator will trigger based on the rule result to normal path. If in case of any SOD violation condition SOD, then it will pick up from 1000 at stage 410 is the roll-on path. Then it will goes to SOD path. Similar way, 2000 normal path SOD, 2000 at stage roll-on SOD path. Any questions here? Save, activate. New version generated. So
So Girish, this one is then when you're submitting the new request, right? Combination of these, still you're submitting manual request, right?
still,
So I thought the trigger is only for automation, like meaning like whoever is kind of, maybe I'm thinking something else. When you say HR trigger, right? I think it's auto, but in this case, it's not auto. It's kind of semi-auto. You're still submitting a request, but when you select these two fields, then system is determining the path.
yes. See,
Okay.
HR trigger condition is info type values.
Right.
Based on that info type value, trigger value, we will maintain in the SPRO. Based on that, same decision table only will generate, and it will goes to auto trigger. It will goes to
Right.
particular
Right.
one. Okay.
So
But
in
this
this
is
case,
normal
Girish,
without
yeah,
HR trigger.
yeah, right. So in this case, we used all the components what we have in GRC, right? We did not go for the external stuff, right?
Yes.
In this case,
Yes.
okay.
We have not done
And
much.
yeah, I think this is a good start actually, Girish. So Girish, this company code 1000, right? So that how do we do that actually? Let us say I'm employee into the company, right? So I have to key in the data manually based on what input I have, because as you know, the company employees under company code 1000, then I go here and do it.
They will see these details automatically will populate from the IDA, the data source. As soon as the user will join the company, automatically the details will populate from here, right? Or
Oh, I
any
think
data source.
okay.
It's
Got
not,
it. So basically, yeah, now I understood. Now one more step, right? So basically, the field value, the attribute company should come from somewhere, LDAP,
yes, LDAP.
because you don't have to know about it. You
Yes.
need to do the mapping, LDAP mapping on that company attribute.
Yes.
Okay, that is the key here. Okay, understood now.
I'm selecting admin. I'm selecting standard. Okay. Now role. Role name. Jet stuff. This doesn't have a role on second. So the second one doesn't have a role on. Okay. As of now, I have selected the complete details. 1000 company code. Access. Submit. Okay. So request successfully submitted. Okay. You such a request. So search, select, audit log. So get 1000 path. Okay. The request submitted and admin is a manager. Now we have a one problem here. Okay. Whatever the custom access request. Any guess what is the problem?
So we are submitting a request, right, Grish, with the with the field name, the first name, last name entering, and also we are giving the company, right?
Yes.
We are doing that as a mandatory, right? If you don't, now if you don't fill that, I mean, let's say if the LDAP did not have the value for that object, for that field, for that user, then it won't trigger, right?
Yes.
Unless you fill
Exactly.
it out.
Exactly. There are a
Okay.
couple of things. Company is not
Mm-mm.
mandatory. So we have to change to EUP and make it as mandatory. And end user personalization we have to change and company as mandatory for this. First thing.
In EUP, yeah, in EUP you have to do that. Okay.
EUP we need to change. That is one thing we need to make sure. Second one, okay, this whatever the custom role. Suppose if it is a standard MSMP rule, with respect to any of the company, it will work. But if I select this company, it won't trigger. It will say
Makes sense.
item 0001 rule resulted cannot resolve the path. Thumb rule. Whenever you are facing this kind of error while submitting, there is a problem in your input values that is not satisfied, or either it is not satisfied or we have not maintained a particular path for that trigger. Meaning we have not selected company. This we have not maintained that value. Since new company has added, so we have not maintained any of the path for this new company. If the new company is added in the GRC
Okay.
system or any new region was added and there is a new company code, make sure that you have to create particular path, or at least for time being you have to define path for that particular company.
That particular
At
company.
least you can use temporarily this um, this path. You can use
Mm.
this path. At least you have to define in the decision table. Otherwise, this will not work
Okay.
because of custom. Custom means this is a value. As of now, you have observed there is another issue. As of now, we have not changed a request type. Only we have tested new account or change account. Might be change account. I'm not sure, but new account only we have tested. even this, whatever the new custom rule created just now, that will not work for even change
Change.
account.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Error insert
So
required.
Girish,
This will not
yeah, yeah, got it. Yeah, that's a good point actually. So combination won't work. So Girish, so at any one configuration for one request type, is that correct statement?
request type, okay, but you must maintain the decision table with all the values.
Right, right. No, no, I agree with you. I totally agree with you. If you go to the MSMP Pro, what the question was like, no
Yeah,
matter
initiator
what.
is
So
only
when you
one.
have the request type,
Initiator is only one.
yeah,
That is thumb rule. Initiator is only one. So
yeah.
you
So
have to add line items.
yeah, so yeah, you
Direct
cannot
value
do
input.
both. You cannot mix, right? You cannot mix it.
Yes.
Yeah, so
Either
yeah, that
you can
is
you can
critical.
add
Yeah,
either like this,
yeah.
because since it is the same company, probably you can select an expression. So
So Girish, don't I put star something like this for let us say I have 100 company codes,
it's a
right? Don't I
constant
put
problem.
star?
No, star will not work.
I see. Okay.
002 create and change account, same, because of company. Okay, direct value input, change, include condition. 002 2000 2000 company, 1000 company. Okay, check, save, activate. Okay, I'm just quickly do that. Check, save, activate. Application. Check, save, activate. Okay, now I think I need to submit or refresh the request. Let me check. So change account. Just basis test. So user details. Test, test, test. Now this is a change account. Alright, 2000 tested. Yeah, 2000, super. We have already tested the first one, right? So at least error one. User 90. Oh, this system is GCCLNT. Did I have not enter ID? One request. I have not entered before. This is this. I have not hit enter before. So it will comes to Jet 2000 path. So like this it will go. But if you observe the decision table, so 001, 002 only. Now we want to submit firefighter. But whereas the custom BRF plus, we have a facility, we can change the trigger value Z underscore EAM. That Z underscore EAM, we will maintain only one path. So like this, we will divide the complete data. We will maintain the trigger values. Based on the trigger values, we will maintain the paths and subsequent stages. Only firefighter owner. Like this, we will maintain in our decision table. Create change account, everything like create and change account we have already seen. But firefighter, then lock, unlock, delete account, we will maintain only one stage. Suppose this is the firefighter. So firefighter doesn't require any company. So we will maintain empty. ZEAM. Z underscore EAM. Z
Yeah,
underscore.
Girish, maybe we can discuss this tomorrow if you don't mind. Is
No,
it
no, I'm
okay?
just
Or
giving high level. That is the reason I'm not going to system. Okay.
okay.
FF owner. Okay. I just want to highlight one point we will forget because in the table settings, I said the mandatory value not maintained checkboxes. Why? Because in case you want to make empty the company code, we have a choice to make some of them are mandatory, but we cannot do. But somebody they will maintain, but we will face the issue in case of empty value. So firefighter doesn't require company. Any of the company IT user can submit. So in such cases, the direct value input we will make empty this value, but we will fill the rest of the other values. So any questions?
So Girish, so basically, in any implementation, we never go for the standard. We always go for this route. Is that
Definitely,
right statement?
definitely, because
Okay.
each request type you require. That's what we discussed. No? Each request type,
Yeah, yeah,
locked
yeah,
and unlocked
yeah.
firefighter anyway does not work because it will always map firefighter owner. It will only maximum go to manager approval. Rest it won't go. Role owner.
So yeah, I got it. The question was like, so the standard process doesn't work any other company. It has to go to BRF plus.
Definitely, we must go.
Okay. Yeah, we must. Okay. The one what SAP is provided only to, you understand the process and then jump onto BRF plus.
Yes.
Okay.
See,
So
suppose
basically everything is BRF plus only then.
everything,
Yeah.
the values which are inbuilt, the function module role. Okay, that is what the standard function module will work. The standard module is a function based. So whatever the input, it will work. You never face any issue. It will work. It will execute the standard path, whatever the input and whatever the feed values. Because of function module, it will accept all the business, all the process, everything. But to show the difference when we are going for custom initiator, we will get the our own choice. Okay, this is my requirement. These are my input, mandatory. So request type is common, rule result value, item num is common. Whatever the additional values you are maintaining here, that is the difference mainly. Everybody will make request type as one column. Rule result definitely we have to select, but rest of the other, like example, somebody will go for permanent and contract. They want to show different workflow concept. Then somebody will submit the request during the provisioning action, submitting different paths, role removal different paths, provisioning action based on the provisioning action. Somebody production systems, non-production systems. So connector will be added here. So that is the only difference. But mostly not more than three or four values. Don't cross more than three values. Otherwise, it will be a very difficult. Some companies request type, business role type, business process, business role, and role sensitivity. High level role, it will goes to approval. Low level role, it will directly auto approval like that. So whatever the line item before values, that is your input values. Whenever you are facing 00 evaluation path error, thumb rule, there are some input missing, or we have not defined in the workflow trigger. And I have prepared a step by step the complete document. Probably I will share this with everyone. So like I have selected only the method one, which is very easy, but we'll discuss method two. You see the difference. There are some additional steps in the decision table we need to perform. We have to create this method two. We don't have decision table if we have not selected header and an item. Here we need to define the decision table. Meaning, so number of steps got increased. So I have shared with you the complete values in the document so that the complete step, only slight differences. I have highlighted the differences also, where you need to go and what activities you need to perform. I have added the details as much as what activities you need to perform. That also, this is for your practice purpose. But right now we are working on this complete details, right? Like workflow concept. Make sure if you have get chance, you can practice at least 2 3 business cases, so that it will be very easy for you. But we will cover mostly 3 to 4 business cases for this example. Any questions?